most frequently park?
It all depends on where I have class. I have class at the SSB a lot, so I try to park by like the library or over in the SSB parking lot, but that doesn't always work.
Is finding a parking space an issue?
Yeah, it's a problem. I always have to leave like extra early to go, and if I don't leave early, then I don't get a parking spot. So.
How long does it usually take you to find a parking space?
Like 10 minutes normally, at like the least.
And how often do you get frustrated with finding a parking space?
Like every day.
Daily? Okay. And do you use any of the alternate modes of transportation?
No, just my car, or my boyfriend takes me.
Have you thought about using any of the alternative transportations that they have available?
Not really. Just because I don't live on campus, so it's not as easy. Like, I'm still going to have to get here somehow.
And what do you think about a new parking garage?
That'd be awesome if it wasn't for, like, the highest level parking thing. If everybody could just park in there, that'd be cool.
Like the legend of the phoenix, all ends with beginnings. What keeps the planet spinning? The force from the beginning. Love. We've come too far to give up.
Is finding a parking space an issue for you?
Only on weekends at night. I get parking tickets a lot, but it's when I park over here, hoping to not get a parking ticket. So.
Okay. How often do you get frustrated with finding a parking space?
Probably once a day. Because you usually have to park way in the back over at the North Hall area.
Yeah. Do you use any alternative means of
Yeah, I take the shuttle in the mornings and back to school, unless I'm late, and then I have to park over here and I get parking tickets.
Do you find it easier to use the shuttle instead of
It
taking your
is.
car?
It is easier, but it's when I don't want to be late to a certain class and I miss the shuttle.
What method do you use to find a parking space?
If you see someone walking towards the parking lot, you kind of wait for them and see
Do you
where they
know
go.
where the money goes for parking tickets?
On an average, we bring in just over $3 million, so it's about $3.1 million, and that money goes to help manage programs here on campus, including the alternative transportation programs. It also goes to maintain all of the surface lots and the parking garages on campus. A good portion, about a third of our budget, goes to pay for the ConocoPhillips Science Building Garage that was constructed and opened in 2010. And the other 2/3 is split up evenly between our operating costs for staff and labor, and then also maintenance of our facilities. So replacing signage and replacing lights in parking lots, doing asphalt repair, cleaning the garages, maintaining the trails, sand and ice control, snow removal.
Can you give us an average of how many people get the ticket?
Issue more citations at the beginning of the year, as sometimes students aren't aware of the process to either get a parking permit or they haven't figured out what their transportation options are
Have the
yet.
prices of parking tickets gone up over the years?
They have. Citation prices were increased from $25 to $35, and the late fee was increased from $10 to $25 because that hadn't been increased in 15 years prior to that. So that was increased in 2009 and has helped to offset some of that without allowing us or forcing us really to raise the price of parking permits.
Can you tell us what are the differences between the parking permits?
Sure, we have several options, and part of that is to allow students some flexibility because we recognize that not every student is a traditional student who's going to be here all the time. So we offer a pass that's good for the year, and that's good for fall, spring, and summer. It starts over every fall. The price on that is $200 if you buy it during the early bird period, and that allows us to sell up to 1,000 permits early, so it's kind of the first ones get the discount rates, and that helps us so that we're not processing so many permits the first week of school, and it also helps you because you save that money. The other option we have is a green permit, and those are valid after 4 p.m. And that's good for students that are just taking evening courses. So those are good for either people who are employed full-time or part-time students that just come in the evenings. We offer a platinum permit. The platinum permit is valid in the central parking garage. It does cost a little more, and it's only available by the semester. The Platinum permits are $180 a semester. That does allow you to park in any surface lot as well as the central.
Is UAA planning on building a new garage?
They are. It's part of the master plan, and originally there was a funding request put forth to the legislature for capital funds to build a new engineering building as well as a garage to service that building. The location has been selected, and it's located behind the current engineering building. However, the legislature denied funding, and so far to date has not approved any funding for the engineering building.
We've come too far to give up who we are. So let's
How much money do they make from the meter pay and park?
The meter and pay and park money goes in with the permits and goes in with the citations. So generally we make about 80% between, it's split pretty evenly, 40% fall, 40% spring, and then the rest would be made up in the summer from our permits and our visitors. So.
Okay. And how many permits do they sell annually?
Annually, the only permit number that we limit is the Platinum, because there's a certain number of spaces we sell at a ratio of 2.1 permits to every space. So that means that the central garage has 297 spaces, and we sell 650 permits. So that's very, very low ratio. Some universities will sell at a ratio of 24 to 1. So that means they sell 24 permits for every one space. Here on campus, we sell 2.1 for every one space. So we have just about 6,000 parking spaces, and this year we've sold just about 12,000 permits.
like the legend of the phoenix.